Hey guys, it's Olivia and I'm back with another video. So, for the past few months, life as we know it has been a little bit different than usual, and so I feel like a lot of us have had a lot more free time on our hands. And so, what have I been doing with that free time, you ask? I have been reminiscing, and I have been reminiscing on my childhood. But this isn't going to be a whole entire video about my childhood, one, because we're not about to get that deep, and two, because that video would be way too long. We're going to talk about a subsection of my childhood, and we're going to talk about TV. I watched a lot of TV growing up. I feel like a lot of us grew up in front of screens, and for me, I liked the TV. And so this video isn't gonna be about like, oh, back when I was a kid, Disney Channel was so much better. We had Hannah Montana and Lizzie McGuire and the Proud Family and That's So Raven and Sweet Life and like, what do you even have now? Like, I'm not gonna make that argument because I feel like that argument's already been done to death. And like, I think the conclusion that we've come to is that our childhood shows were better than the current ones. Okay, like that's the end of that segment. What this video is going to be about is my childhood TV experience from a Canadian perspective. So basically, growing up in Canada, we didn't have Disney Channel. And I know that I just listed a bunch of shows that are on Disney Channel. So you might be like, how do you even know of those shows if you didn't have Disney Channel growing up? Well, when I was growing up, we had a channel called Family Channel. And basically, Family Channel was all the shows from Disney plus a couple of Canadian shows like laid in there. Like we had a show called Life with Derek. I don't know if you got that show in America because it was a Canadian show, but whatever. So we had all the Disney shows and then some Canadian shows, and yeah, that was pretty much what Family Channel was. And in my opinion, Family Channel was better than Disney Channel. And you might be saying, how can you possibly make that comparison if you never had Disney Channel? Well, Disney Channel came to Canada in 2015, and Family Channel was better. And allow me to explain. You might be thinking, oh, you had literally the same shows and then a couple of your Canadian shows sprinkled in there. How much better could it have possibly been? I don't think Family Channel was better because of what shows it had or what shows it didn't or all this stuff. I think Family Channel was better because there were no commercials, sort of. Allow me to elaborate on that. So basically, let's say you have a half-hour TV show. It's typically not actually half an hour long, but there are ads in between that bring it to the half hour. So let's say you would have 8 minutes of show, 3-minute ad, 8 minutes of show, 3-minute ad, 7 minutes of show, and then there would be like 1 minute where they're like, and up next is, and then the next show starts, right? So that's how most channels go. Like every other channel I've ever watched, there's always commercial breaks in the middle of a show or in the middle of a movie. However, on Family Channel, this is what would happen. So as I said, a half-hour show isn't actually half an hour. It's about 23 minutes. So what would happen on Family Channel is you would have 23 minutes of a show, 23 minutes straight, no commercials at all. And then you would have a 7-minute commercial break, and then it would go into the next show. So you would watch a show completely uninterrupted from beginning to end, and that was awesome. And so you might have noticed that I put air quotes around the word commercial break. The reason why I put air quotes is because the commercials weren't like, oh, here's a My Little Pony doll, and then an 8-year-old girl goes and begs her mom for a My Little Pony doll for the rest of the night. They never advertised products. They were never selling you anything. In the commercial breaks, there would be 3 things. 1, they would advertise the other shows and movies on the channel. Two, they would advertise any contests they were having. So let's say they were like, oh, win an all expense paid trip to Disney World. Because keep in mind, this is essentially Disney Channel, just in a different packaging, right? So they'd be like, oh, win a trip to Disney World. And then, so that would be for about 4 minutes. Advertising other shows, advertising contests, that would be for about 4 minutes. And then with the last 3 minutes that you had, you want to know what happened? We had music videos. Oh my gosh, I miss that so much. There were some artists that I don't think I would have ever known about if it wasn't for Family Channel music videos. Oh my gosh, that was like almost as good as the shows, like in my personal opinion. Like 8-year-old me, I loved the music videos. I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder what song they're gonna play today. Like it was so good. Let me tell you something. So, the way the music videos worked was one of three things. It was either they would play a music video of a song from one of the movies on the channel. So, for example, when Jump In came out, they would play the music video for Push It to the Limit, or It's My Turn Now, or Jump to the Rhythm, because those were songs from that movie. So, basically, they were advertising that movie by playing the music videos for the songs from that movie. So that was one thing they would do. A second type of music video they would play are from people who were on the channel, but not necessarily a song from one of their shows. So for example, Ashley Tisdale was in High School Musical, and she was also in The Suite Life of Zack and Cody. And so at one point she released this song called It's Alright, It's Okay, which is not a song from either of those shows that were on the channel, but she was on the channel and she was breaking into her music career like a lot of Disney kids do. And so they were playing her songs because they were in turn promoting her, and then she was on their channel, so they were kind of promoting themselves by promoting her music, right? And then the third type of music video they would play are from people who, like, even if they didn't have their own show on the channel, like if they had been on the channel at least once, they would be playing your music videos. Like, do you remember that episode of The Suite Life of Zack and Cody when Jesse McCartney was on it? Okay, so at that time, that was when he was like singing songs like Beautiful Soul, right? Which is like a kid-friendly song, right? Wrong. Hi, editing Olivia here. You see, as I was collecting different snippets and clips while editing the video, I watched the music video for Beautiful Soul, and clothes were taken off. I don't remember that back when I first saw it when I was like 8 years old, but apparently it happened. And so the lyrics of the song, they're fine. They're fine. Like, oh, I want like someone who's good on the inside and not just pretty on the outside. Like, yeah, that's all fine and dandy, Jesse McCartney. But like, there was some risque stuff in the music video. So I'm not quite sure why they played it on Family Channel, but nonetheless, the lyrics themselves are still family friendly. So there's that. And so he was on that one episode, and then every other commercial break or between every other show, what are they playing? The music video for Beautiful Soul. And do you remember that one episode of Hannah Montana where the Jonas Brothers were on it? Okay, and then that had them playing the music video for SOS and Hold On and Year 3000 and all that jazz, right? And like, yes, I know that later on they had their own show, Jonas, which I think then became Jonas LA or whatever, but like, before they had their own show, they had literally been on the channel one time, and then their music videos started getting played left, right, and center. Right? Right. So all you had to do was be on the channel once, and then they're promoting you for like ever at that point. Right? Right. So, as I said, there are artists that I wouldn't have known about if it wasn't for these music videos. So, I honestly don't think I would have known who Jesse McCartney was if his music videos didn't play on Family Channel. I don't think I would have known who the Jonas Brothers were. Keep in mind, I was like 8 at this point, and like, yes, YouTube existed at that point. This was like early 2007, but like it wasn't like it is now where every single artist is dropping their new music video on YouTube. You know what I mean? So it's like to find music videos, you either have to go to MTV or Family Channel. Like those were the places, right? And so 8-year-old me wasn't watching MTV. So this was literally how I found new music. So I found Jesse McCartney. I found the Jonas Brothers. And do you want to know? Do you want to know who like the best artist slash group band whatever that Family Channel has ever introduced me to? Like, this is just my personal opinion. Mindless behavior. Oh my goodness. 12 to 14-year-old me was obsessed with them. Like a little bit too much obsessed with them. And I heard their song, Mrs. Right. I saw the music video for that on Family Channel. And when it played, I was like, who are they? Like, legit. I was like, what? What? And then I became literally obsessed with them until they like kind of broke up in 2013, but then got back together, and then they got new members and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. But whatever. For the duration of, all 4 of the original members, I was a fan of them. And Family Channel introduced me to them. And I was like, yeah, that was I could make a whole video just about that. So yeah, that was Family Channel. Family Channel was really awesome shows at the time when I was growing up. It was really awesome shows, no commercial breaks in between an episode, and there was like contests here and there, advertising their other shows, and then you got a music video from good artists. Like, I'm pretty sure like every preteen to early teen girl loved off Jesse McCartney and the Jonas Brothers, okay? So, like, it just made sense for their music to be all up on that channel, okay? Okay, right. Like, think about how awesome no commercials are. Like, can I just say this? Like, I don't know. As I said, I didn't have Disney back in the day because it wasn't in Canada, but, like, imagine, okay, like High School Musical just comes out and you get to watch the movie from beginning to end with no commercial breaks. Like, I don't think you got that. Like, if you were all up in America with your little Disney Channel, I don't think you got that. I'm pretty sure you got like 15 minutes of movie, 3-minute commercial break, 20 minutes of movie, 3-minute commercial break. Like, you can't even enjoy a Disney Channel original movie without them putting in an ad every 3.427 seconds. Like, legit. Disney came to Canada in 2015. At the time, I was 16 and I was still watching Disney Channel. I still check in on Disney Channel every now and then. Like, I don't know. Some of the shows are good and I still watch them, right? And so, like, when Disney came to Canada, there started to be ads in the middle of shows. And I'm like, this is like every other channel now. Like, Disney ruined Family Channel. So, I don't know if you've noticed, but this whole time I've been talking about Family Channel in the past tense. And the reason why is because Disney Channel came to Canada in 2015, right? And so I guess Family Channel no longer had the rights to carry Disney shows anymore because now Disney Canada existed or whatever. And so now Family Channel, they took away all the shows, and all the like original like Canadian shows that were on ended a very long time ago. And so pretty much the only shows on the channel at that point were the American Disney shows, right? So now Disney comes to Canada, so all the shows that were on Family Channel are now moved over to Disney. So now Family Channel doesn't have any shows to play. So Family Channel still very much exists, okay? But when you go to it now, 1, they now have ad breaks in the middle of shows. Annoying. And 2, do you want to know what they're playing? They're playing like reruns of Gilmore Girls. And like, I feel like that show was before my time, so I never watched it. Like, I was never into it. But like, the point is, they're playing reruns of a show that ended 13 years ago. Okay? And it's like, that's what Family Channel has been reduced to. Family Channel is playing old shows. Like, it's not just Gilmore Girls. It's other shows that I don't even know the names of because they're like that much out of my time. Like, they'll be playing shows from like the early 90s, or they'll be playing shows from like the 80s. And I'm like, it's basically become, hey, remember that show that you were probably too young to watch? Well, now it's on Family Channel. And it's like, some of the shows on Family Channel are not family friendly anymore. So I'm like, why is it still called Family Channel when you can't be watching some of these shows with your family? Like, Family Channel got ruined when Disney came to Canada. Like, Family Channel used to be where it was at. I didn't know anybody who didn't watch Family Channel. And so it's like, I don't know why Disney came to Canada, because as far as I know, if Family Channel is the carrier of Disney shows, then Disney is making money from that channel. Like, Family is probably paying Disney to have the rights to play their shows, right? So it's like, I don't think you were losing money by playing your shows on a different network. So why did you come to Canada? Why couldn't you just leave it alone? I'm sick and tired of not being able to watch a movie without commercial breaks. And now I know we have Netflix and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, when a new movie would come out, like a Disney Channel original movie, which wouldn't be on Netflix because of Disney Plus now, but whatever. When a new movie would come out, you didn't have to go to theaters to watch a movie with no ads. You would watch it on Family Channel. Or like, let's say there was a movie that was previously in theaters but now it's out of theaters and it's already gone on DVD and Blu-ray and blah blah blah, all that jazz, and now it's gotten to the point where it's playing on TV. If it would play on Family Channel, you would have no ads. It would be like watching it in a theater. Obviously you don't have like the surround sound and blah blah blah, all that junk, but I'm just saying, like, if like, I don't know, if a movie that was previously in theaters is now like, oh, you're channel surfing and you come across that movie on TV, there's gonna be commercial breaks, which is annoying. But when a movie that was in theaters would then play on Family Channel, it would be like watching it in the theater because there's no commercial break, and except it's free. Like, what? And so I was so upset when Disney came to Canada. Also, I'm sorry. When Disney came to Canada, in every commercial break, they'd be like, Disney is finally in Canada. Enjoy Disney Canada, blah, 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 blah. And I feel like the actors on the shows thought that we had never watched a Disney show before. Like, you know, like when, like in between shows where they like draw the little like Disney ears. By the way, I didn't see that until 2015. That drawing of the, you're watching Disney, and then they do the wand thing, that didn't exist in Canada because there was no Disney Channel, right? So I thought that was a myth. I didn't think that was a thing. Like, people would always talk about it, and I'm like, what is that? I've never heard of that. But then when Disney finally came to Canada in 2015, then I saw that. I was like, oh, that actually is a thing that Disney people do. But whatever. So in that section where they'd be like drawing the ears, they'd be like, Disney's coming to Canada. Draw. And I feel like the actors thought that Canadians had never seen a Disney show before. And they're like, oh my gosh, Disney's finally in Canada. You're finally going to be able to enjoy my show. And I'm like, I've been watching your show since I was like forever. Since before I was born, we've been seeing your shows. Like, my brothers have been watching your shows for years. It was just on a different network, a better network, okay? And so I just feel like all the American actors were like, oh my gosh, like, we're blessing Canada with the Disney Channel. Like, bruh, we've been seeing all your shows. They were just better with no commercial breaks. Like, I feel like the actors thought they did something. Like, oh my gosh, they finally get to see Disney. We've been seeing Disney. It was just Family Channel, and it was better. And so basically, I was just reminiscing on that. It just, like, when Disney first came to Canada in 2015, I was upset because there were commercials every 14.7 seconds. And me taking this time to reminisce, I got angry. I was like, why did Disney come to Canada? Like, I don't think they were losing money before because Family had to pay them for the rights to play their shows. So what was the point? Like, what did you gain other than annoying people with your ads? And it's like, kids who grew up, like kids who were born in, like, I don't know, 2011 and later, meaning that they would have been like 4 in 2015, which is like when they might have started watching Disney Channel. So kids who were born in 2011 and later, so kids who only have known Disney Channel and they didn't know Family Channel, they're going to be cool with seeing ads every 15.7 seconds, but I'm not. And I understand that I'm like too old for Disney and I'm not their demographic anymore, which is probably why I'm not a big fan of a lot of the shows they have now, because they're not being marketed to me, obviously, because I'm 21. But I still watch the channel because they have like some good movies here and there. Like the Descendants like trilogy, that was a good movie. And like all the main characters of that show were my age or older. So it's like if you're 27 and you get to pretend that you're 16, then I get to pretend that I'm 16 and I'm going to watch this show, okay? So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not too old for Disney. So even though I know I'm not their targeted demographic, I am still a person that watches the channel, and it's annoying. And I don't like it. And like, I know that Disney doesn't care about my opinion because they're making shmoney. So like, why would they care what I think? And so, as I said, their targeted demographic is people who don't know the difference because they never experienced Family Channel. But I'm telling you, being able to watch a show without ads every 4 seconds is great. And obviously you know that because if you're watching this, you probably have like Netflix or something or some sort of streaming service. So you have experienced shows without ads. And you have to admit, it's better. And that was my childhood. I got to watch TV uninterrupted. Like, I got to watch High School Musical beginning to end, no ads, and it was great. And then I had the little 7 minutes in between where they told me about a contest and then played a Jonas Brothers music video. Like, bruh, it was better. It was better, okay? Like, Disney needs to cut from Canada and give Family Channel the rights to play their shows again, because Family Channel was where it was at. Ask any Canadian born in like the 90s and early 2000s if they watched Family Channel, and I promise you like 90% of them are going to say yes. And if they didn't, it's because they had basic cable. Like, not that there's anything wrong with having basic cable, but I'm just saying, like, anybody who had Family Channel on their TV watched it. Period. That's the blanket statement that I'm making. Everyone who had access to Family Channel watched Family Channel because it was where it was at. And so that's what I've been thinking about recently. I just miss the days where you could watch like television, like not a streaming service, just turn on your TV, watch a good show and not be interrupted, and then get to listen to a Jonas Brothers music video after. Like that's what I miss. That's what I miss. I miss a simpler time. I miss like anyone who watched Family Channel growing up. Like you remember like, oh, a music video is about to come on. You're about to see the orange banner come across the bottom of the screen. Like if you watched it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's like, I just remember the little things like that. Like the orange banner meant that there was about to be a music video. Like little things like that. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I missed my childhood. Even though I'm not like old, I'm 21, but like I miss simpler times where I could just watch Hannah Montana, listen to a Jonas Brothers song, and then go straight into That's So Raven. Like I miss that. I miss it. And so that's what I've been thinking about in recent times. I've been thinking about Family Channel and how, in my personal opinion, it was superior to Disney Channel because we didn't have any ads and then we got to listen to awesome music videos. Like, come on. So yeah, that's it. That's this week's video. I just want to talk about my childhood for a little bit, the TV aspect of my childhood, and how great Family Channel was. I know that a lot of my viewers are American, so you're probably like, Family Channel who? Family Channel what? But to my Canadian viewers, you know that Family Channel was where it was at. You know it. I know it, and I think we can all agree that Family Channel is very much missed, because now I go to the channel and it's quite sad. So like if anyone from Disney's watching this and like you care about my opinion for some reason, if you could like cut Disney Canada and like put it back on Family Channel, that would be great. I would greatly appreciate that. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's all for this week's video. I just wanted to talk about my childhood for a little bit. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you think your friends will enjoy it, be sure to share it with them. All my social media links will be down below in case you want to follow me on there. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday, and I'll see you next Monday with a new video.